I'm a Web3 maxi. I'm not a Solana maxi. I'm not a Cosmos maxi. I'm not an Ethereum maxi. I'm Web3. If Solana, is down because whatever, it's in beta. They pushed it. They stress tested it. It needs to be down for whatever reason. But whatever that reason is, it's not going to be the same reason next time because they're going to fix it.
This is Jeff addressing the Solana crashes back in March 2023. Who is Jeff? Why was his conviction so strong? And most importantly, what can we learn about Solana that we don't already know today? We know the price has been surging around the recent news with Solana partnering up with MasterCard and also AWS. But is this sustainable? To answer that, I sat down with industry experts to uncover stories that you won't get anywhere else. Since I work in Web3 security, I'm close to a lot of insiders, one of them being Jeff of Web3 Builders Alliance. What is Web3 Builders Alliance? Who is Jeff? And why should we listen to him?
We have a three-pronged organization. We have a developer institute, which focuses on your mid to bottom funnel builder. We also have an innovations lab that will more formally be announced in the coming weeks what that is. And then we're also a dev shop.
So Jeff stuck with Solana, and also he teaches, innovates, and develops, works very closely with Solana. But how good is he? Well, good enough to be a speaker at the Solana conference Breakpoint. Jeff shared his personal story about some of his low points in his life, and he continued to build himself personally. And similar to what happened with Solana, Solana has gone through so many crashes and it continues to build and improve. There's a lot of similarities here. The tech is important, but almost just as important are the characteristics of the people that are building on-chain. Need another reason to believe in Jeff's work?
We shipped 32 projects to the hyperdrive, and 27 of them made the top 150 of projects, and 9 got recognized as winners or honorable mentions.
Now that we know a little bit about Web3 Builders Alliance and Jeff, what can we expect from Solana?
We are close to shipping the first iteration of something called Poseidon. Poseidon is the ability for JavaScript, TypeScript developers to write Anchor smart contracts on Solana. The opportunity to attract the largest population of developers on the planet to Solana and remove that friction of, perceived learning rust in order to be successful. It's a fairly big boon. And that's something that we've taken and done.
All right, Jeff, I hear you on development. So Poseidon is coming to Solana, which means more developers are going to be attracted to Solana. More developers means more development, which means better applications, which means a better ecosystem. But what about the projects?
One of our projects was using something called DPIN, which people outside Solana may not be as familiar with. It stands for Decentralized Physical Infrastructure Networks. Some people might be familiar with Helium. Helium uses sensors and hotspots for a variety of use cases. Currently, you can get $5 a month cell service in certain pockets with Helium. I mean, if you think about that disruption, and that it's not going to be too long before that spreads, the lower cost of putting cellular capacity into the hands of people around the world that maybe can't afford it, that's massive. And that's happening on Solana. One of the things that we built with that same technology is for farmers insurance in India. You have a sensor that is in the land in a community, grabs the rainfall data, sends it through an oracle to a contract, and you're not waiting for a payout. You're not going through the red tape of insurance payouts. You can get that almost immediately. So, besides Fire Dancer, besides the speed, you have Helium, you have DPIN, you have people working on compression that, already you can mint 1 million NFTs, compressed NFTs on Solana for about $100. If people in the legacy world are going to come in and do loyalty and coupons and use this technology, it needs to be cost effective. $1 million for $100 sounds great, unless you're Adidas and you need 50 million. Well, where are you going to store all that stuff? We're looking at decentralized autonomous organizations and how making more modular, flexible DAO tooling can be applied in real world environments. One of the most recent ones is not only for farmers, but also anybody who has a homeowners association in their neighborhood knows that a more democratic and transparent approach to that process could be beneficial. We're also building a non-toxic AMM DEX. We just took our smartest DeFi people and my co-founder, Nate, who is a DeFi expert who works on a lot of different protocols. I think like he's up to like 14 or 15 as an advisor across all chains, and, identify the top 3 problems and try to solve them. And then we have 7 projects that fit into that developer gig economy, getting developers paid for the work they do, regardless of market conditions. We're about to welcome a whole new cohort of builders and a whole new cohort of artisans next week on Wednesday. And, that means a whole new fresh outlook on this technology and what we can build with it. We're also working on some gaming initiatives to bring some legacy type games on chain where actual ownership of assets actually means something. We also built an SDK that allows new, smaller game designers and builders to gain distribution. I think that the gaming on Solana is robust. I think it's coming. I think the work of Magic Block is very powerful. The session keys that they're working with is very powerful. The chain itself can handle it. Compression's going to help. The speed of the transactions and the low cost of transactions are all benefits and value adds. To your point, the NFT community and the close connection between NFTs and gaming, all of those are opportunities.
Makes a lot of sense because recently Solana launched a tool to make it easier to create crypto games. So clearly Solana is going after the gamers. A lot of chains are going after the gamers. Let's see who's going to come out on top. The other week, I talked to Stephan from Stephan Web3 Agency, and he was telling me that Rust is one of the most in-demand languages.
I believe that if there's anyone very tech-savvy, enjoying his engineering job, just go for Rust. I can see so many opportunities out there. And it's not just Web3 native, it's one of the things that are very high in demand, always with higher kind of range of salaries.
So Rust continues to be a powerhouse when it comes to languages, and not just in Web3. This is a big reason why Jeff is playing a key role in the development of Solana and why he means so much to the Solana community. Having shared all of this exciting information, there are still a few questions to answer. First of all, can Solana bring anything new to the table that the EVM chains are not doing already? And then secondly, what about all of those concerns around the VCs buying up a lot of Solana and investing early on in Solana? Well, for that, I talked to Tokenomics expert Patrick, and here's what he had to share.
As you see here, that's the vesting. Usually I'm concerned when I see, here, that was back in 2020. There was a massive spike of vesting that occurred on a specific day. So this concerned me a lot. But in the case of Solana, that's in the past. So we don't worry at this point.
It's all systems go for Solana. You heard a lot of insights from Jeff, Stephan, and Patrick that you won't get anywhere else. Hit the subscribe button, like this video, share this video with your friends for insights that you won't get anywhere else.